I'm going to actually use a show and tell specifically based upon some of the insights and the pointers you have given in terms of how Qinfinite, our AIOps platform, can help drive the modernization journey and de-risk it as well as address the aspects of constant change needed by organizations. What we believe is legacy modernization is a process. It's not a single event. Today's applications become shelfware, and you need to constantly adapt with the changing times. We have had the pandemic, we've had changes and disruptions because of wars, which has increased the disruption cycle. The frequency is now getting quick, and business and technologies need to change faster. And the insights are really critical in terms of driving this modernization journey. So what happens is we find most of the organizations are in what we say is the negative cycle of declining legacy health. Organizations are unsure about their technical debt. They are unaware of the applications, the complexity into these existing systems, the risks which will cause because of the modernization. And with that challenge, they basically are reluctant to modernize. The reluctant to modernize increases the complexity in the system. To cater to the newer requirements, they have to increase the cost to make it and modernize this whole aspect. With all of these things, the time to market the product or newer capabilities increases. The fragility of the system increases. Your risk go higher. The inefficiency in the systems, because you're putting band-aid on band-aid, exponentially increases. Not to mention, the costs just go up. So going digital is not about a few apps or a strategy for applications. The digital strategy has to be combined with the application rationalization, combined with the business requests which are coming in. And that drives the whole aspect of application management and IT optimization. How would you really leverage the insights from an AIOps platform to understand which of these applications are extensively utilized? How is your hardware being utilized? What are your peak times? How many of these applications are stable? What is the business criticality of these applications? And how do these applications interact with each other and form part of an ecosystem? Based upon these insights which come from the platform, we have this 2x2 quadrant, which is built on driving modernization through business value. So we believe there are 4 stages or 4 approaches to modernization, and they are based upon the ability for the business to change, their readiness to change, IT's ability to change, and their readiness to change. We believe this modernization is a continuous journey. It is continuous modernization. You have to look for fit for purpose, user centricity, adaptability, the accessibility aspects, not to mention privacy and security are the key of all of these aspects. Now, it has to constantly provide information and insight so you don't end up in the same journey where you have uncertainty about the future modernization journeys. The applications have to connect seamlessly, and they have to tie all the different parties within your ecosystem, your suppliers, your vendors, your employees, and the people who are supporting this. So with this, we believe there are 4 different phases in this modernization. Keep the lights on. With the AIOps insights, understand which of these can be converted into intermediate corrective actions, permanent corrective actions, automate a lot of these repetitive tasks, and free up the subject matter expert so that you can help them into more critical journeys of modernization. Then is tactical modernization. What can I do? Which of these things can I actually transform? Can I create a composite framework to really enhance and basically use some of the SaaS applications so you've outsourced the modernization to this entire SaaS platform? Then comes the aspect of the organizational modernization. If your IT is able to change and your business is able to change, That's where you'll get the maximum potential of this. You can eliminate systems. You can replace some of the parts which are non-functioning. You can modernize the stack fully to make it more efficient and effective, thereby addressing the aspects of security, cost, and efficiency and scale associated with it. And then comes the aspect of progressive modernization. You come up with proof of concepts, you understand what are the process improvements which need, you understand what operations need to be improved, and thereby delivering this, making it a more iterative way in which value is delivered through modernization. I'm going to go and give you a bit more overview of the Qinfinite platform. Our platform is a smart, secure, and scalable platform which has the ability to auto-discover assets, morph these assets into a digital twin, and constantly observe, assess, optimize the entire ecosystem. It takes into aspects different domains, your source code, your runtime metrics, your security aspects, governance, utilization, and critical priority to the business. And with this, you are able to create different models for optimizing the cost structures. The solution automates into this whole aspect of the entire lifecycle management, from auto discovery, auto recommendation, where you would get governance, continuous governance, your aspect of the auto diagnosis, auto healing, and then auto optimize aspect where you can optimize your ecosystem based upon utilization and other aspects which are there. Through and through, it is powered by AI algorithms with complete monitoring and detection, the ability to analyze and correlate events and actions, predictive analytics and smart view, the intelligent automation to free up your people, and the agile and automated root cause analysis. The platform runs in two different deployment scenarios. It can be a public cloud environment with agents which sit into your ecosystem, or a private SaaS deployment which runs purely into your ecosystem. How do we actually leverage this platform to deliver value and insights which help in the modernization journey? We've increased the aspect of self-serve, thereby freeing up your subject matter expert. Instead of working on tickets, the end users are working on those tickets, and if subject matter experts are freed up, their knowledge is actually used for modernization journey. Through the analysis, it is able to identify repeating tickets, it is able to identify the problems which are making your systems flaky, thereby increasing stability, and thereby identifying which are more critical, where the systems need modification. Next best action quick fixes. With this, you are able to preempt problems from happening, and thereby some of the systems which are on the last leg, their lifeline can be extended and you can focus on more critical journeys. The cortex of this entire operation is the knowledge graph which we generate across the different domains: application, infrastructure, your utilization, your cost, your people, and business process and criticality associated. We have embedded large language models, which are private language models, which help in terms of transforming some of your legacy, understanding that legacy, and giving you natural language representation of what these applications do. This helps in terms of just purely taking some old technology and rewriting it into new technology. Now, one of the things which me and my team were working on, where we actually had one of our customers come to us and say, oh, I have a program, an application which is written in Java, and I want to convert it to a more modern language, Python. And we were saying, hey, Python is way more older than Java. So it is not just pure tech stack, but it is understanding the criticality, understanding the security, and how would you really transform this into giving you the business value towards the modernization side of things. And the last piece is the FinOps aspect. How do you reduce the cost and use the sunset to sunrise model to really transform a self-funded transformation journey to really help drive the aspect of modernization? Now, what is our Qinfinite approach for modernization? Starts with discovery, the rationalization aspect, the modernization, the validation, and the support side of things. The discovery, as I said earlier, populates the knowledge graph. The over a manual inventory creation, we are able to reduce the time taken to generate the full inventory by 80%. We are able to increase the accuracy of the inventory because you're not relying on people, you're relying on a combination of people and automation and algorithms which discover your entire ecosystem, as well as the dependencies on SMEs goes down by 50%. The knowledge graph enhanced with the simulation experience, FinOps, and the ITSM analytics reduces your risk of modernization by 40%. We are able to conduct virtual experiments which help in giving you insights of impact if a certain application goes wrong, your rollback options, how would you address the aspects of modernization if some of those things don't work out, and you end up in a fail fast mechanism to help resolve this. Intelligent twins powered by BizDevOps, FinOps, and an upgrade migration assistant. We spoke about the whole aspect of the scenario where we are capturing and creating this simulation experience. Powered by an upgrade and migration assistant, it helps in terms of giving you recommendations as to what approach for modernization is going to help you. Are you going to use one of the 4 options? What would make more sense? How would you actually scale and slice and dice this paradigm to really drive the migration and modernization side? Now, we have this validation aspect coming out of synthetic monitoring, out of the experiments which are there. We are able to generate load, your production load on your existing system and your transformed system, thereby reducing the risk and improving the validation of the entire ecosystem. This de-risks your validation and you don't find out problems after you have modernized your application and your entire business process is fully validated before we start rolling out to end users. And the intelligent incident management side of things constantly keeps updating and automating where we can purely go towards self-serve or a virtual agent-based execution. So the SMEs are purely focusing on the modernization journey. In summary, the organization faces challenge to constantly keep themselves updated, newer products, and however, they are limited from a funds perspective, the team availability, some of the people who have built the older applications are no longer part of the team, and the understanding of the portfolio, the cost, the security risk are key in terms of driving the modernization. With all of these things, you have problems with the supportability of some of this tech stack. The cost of this modernization and the investment are not justified. A common thing which business uses, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So just purely saying I need investment to modernize the stack does not get funding associated. So the modernization plan has to be driven by the value driven to the business. A documentation of most of these applications does not stay current with the state of the applications. Some of the applications have been built 30 plus years. The rules extraction, what is there, how much of it is current, how much of it is dead code is critical to really identifying these. With all of these challenges, organizations are unsure of how they would actually embark on their modernization journey. And that's where the Qinfinite AIOps platform approach really comes and helps solve this problem. We start by creating that roadmap for legacy application modernization with your stakeholders. And it is all driven by the insights from the AIOps platform. As I said earlier, the 7 domains: business process, metrics, your stability of the systems, criticality, utilization, scale, cost, all of these are different paradigms or domains which are used in terms of making those recommendations. With this, you will get a list of candidate applications for modernization. You'll also help or get help in terms of identifying the right disposition strategy for each of the selected applications. And with the auto discovery mechanism, you will constantly be getting updates on your modernization journey. And one of the things one of our customers said, you'll not end up in a watermelon status. It shows all green outside, but it is deep red inside. And that is what we really want to address with the AIOps platform driven approach for modernization.